Hello.
I don't know.
There was audio. I didn't have my headphones on though.
You lost, Greg. You were well out. It's between me and Richard. There's a photo finish.
Close. We'll have to watch it back.
Watch it back.
Just play back.
I was getting one of these.
Oh, good lad.
Saint.
I've got one of these with Elvis juices on the go.
What have you got, John?
I got water and some elderflower fizz.
Pacing yourself, John.
I'm gonna do some heroin live later. I can't drink, but he didn't say anything about that. It's like Pringles. It's very Moorish.
Should we start?
Yeah, go for it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 90 of the Ideal Home Show. With me,
hello.
I have John, Rick, and Craig.
Hello.
And tonight we're going to be talking about squonking. There is some stuff later on. And we're going to talk about vaping a bit. We've got news. We've got a Twitter account of the week at the end. Have we got a mod showcase, Rick?
We have, yes. I've actually got three bits and three mods to show you.
Beautiful mods later on.
Ooh,
So
they've all got holes in them, though.
Let's crack on. John, what did you have for lunch? How has your week been? And what's the most you'd be willing to pay for some cheese?
And what am I vaping on?
And what you're vaping on.
No one cares about that. We know what you're vaping on.
Okay. I'm gonna start. How's the week been? It's been good. Really busy. We're kind of putting aside stock at the moment for Vape Fest. So sort of no middle time really, which is good. What I had for lunch? I had I'm going to call it faux sushi. I had faux sushi from Tesco. Whatever. I had rice.
Like cabbage.
Around. Yeah.
Fushi.
I had
Fushi.
I said faux seaweed.
Just a piece of cucumber surrounded by rice.
That is basically what I had. Yeah. And some, what they call duck, but it tasted a little bit like it tastes like the smell of cat food. Yeah, that wasn't nice. How much would I be willing to pay for some cheese? I actually think that's quite a
It's hard without specifying the amount of grams.
No, I think it's fine actually. I'm going to say my upper cheese limit would be £50, I think. Because I'd want to know what a £50 cheese.
Well, that's a lot of money to spend on a bit of cheese.
But I'm very much one of those. The one I used to smoke, I'd pay. I wouldn't mind paying like £40 for a cigar, because a £40 cigar is quite nice. So I reckon £50 cheese has got to be good.
What would you do with it though?
I'd share it with the wife. My wife is mainly, she's probably 99% cheese at this point.
Dessert?
Like use it as no, I think just independent. Just sit outside, glass of wine,
snack with some wine. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd do.
Nice bit of pork always goes down well. Bit of cheese and pork.
It's sort of an enemy. Have you ever been at a sort of quite a posh do where where you have the port decanter comes out, and if the port decanter's out, it can't really go back unless it's empty. And that has ruined the evening for my wife, because she doesn't drink port, and I've been at a dinner party and there's only been me and the host who drink it. So the bottle has to keep doing laps because it has to be passed to the left. and then there's me and him drinking a pint of port each, which is a bad idea. After
Fun at the time.
The hangover's horrible from it.
Brutal, absolutely brutal. Yeah. Shelley leant me against the wall while she was finding the front door keys. She kind of put me and leant me on the wall, and then unlocked the door. That's bad. Well, I shouldn't really talk about booze. I'm not drinking. Right. Does anybody know how to chase a dragon? Nope. Okie doke. First up.
Was that somebody whose phrase was that dropped for?
I don't know. It was there. Yeah, don't worry. Right. First up, I have got the Serpent Alto in the Smote Night VT, which has become my sort of daily driver at work because it just takes such a kick in. There's a lot of paint coming off it now. Not that you can see this because I'll be fucking Minecraft by now. And in that is Cactus Punch Mojito. Yeah. You'll get to try this. Oh, yeah, you look. I'll sort. You can tease everybody with it, so I'll sort you all out. So, Cactus Punch Mojito and Tropical Cactus Punch are the exclusives we're launching at Vape Fest, and I'm still going through the sample bottles. I got both of these bottles at the same time 2 weeks ago.
Oh, getting there.
Yeah, I had to kind of. I ran that down to that in a week and stopped, and then I did that to that in a week.
Why do we do that a lot where we kind of go down the bottle and we go, you know what, I'm not going to use that last bit up, I'm going to save that bit.
Yeah.
And then what happens is about a year later you look at your side and there's like 50 bottles of all the same
point, because the concentrate didn't exist.
Good point.
If I vaped it all, it was stuffed, but
I used to do that. I made a conscious effort to stop, and now I always finish the bottle.
Oh, good idea. Yeah. Now I've got 310 mils now, so it doesn't matter. Do whatever. Next up is the next star. What is it?
Era.
Give us a clue. Next era. Got it? Next era.
Yeah.
I rushed home from work today to put a mesh build in this because I'm like that. So I've seen got a little mesh build in there.
Whee!
This is Crackle.
Oh yeah.
And it's got, what's it got in it? It's got raspberry limeade from Plumes in it. Is what it's got in it? Raspberry.
Yeah,
I've got a bottle in front of me. Sorry, it's really shit. I apologise.
Masty's one. Masty's juice.
Masty's one from the Deadline range. What the fuck is it? I've got it right in front of me. It is called Limeading and Abetting. Sorry.
Yeah. Is it good?
This is raspberry limeade. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, do you know, it's fucking brilliant on mesh. It really is good on mesh. I thought it would be. That was so. I thought it would be. So I've got this down to the middle hole. I've got this on mouth to lung. On middle hole, single on the next era.
Oh, Riyadh says, John Martin, is the whole Jan range going to have testers at Fest or not?
The whole Jan range, no. We're working out the testers at the moment, but we've got in excess of 70 flavors, and we just can't do it. It's just not possible. It just isn't. We just can't afford to do that. We can't do 70 testers. So we're going to have some. I think we're going to have this one for people who've never tried it. We'll have Cactus Punch, probably, because people haven't tried that.
Raspberry?
Going to have no, because for a mint, I'm probably going to put a polished mint, but we're going to have raspberry with us. Talking of raspberry, because you said it, so I didn't say it. But the US Postal Service and the UK Postal Service let us down. I've had a few messages over the last week or so with people asking, "Oh, are you ever getting raspberry mint back? Because we're out of stock, which we've never been out of stock." And the reason is it got sent, it arrived here, got tangled up in some don't understand what. And then it went back to the US, and now it's on its way back to us.
Hey.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. What was I saying? So we're going to have probably this one abolishment, cactus punch. We'll try and get as many as we can. We just can't do 70. Just can't do it.
Cool.
But
anyway,
all those people who buy it. Yeah. What else am I vaping? Sorry. So that's that. Oh, I was just going to do my old cloud shot with the mouth to lung on this.
Oh.
In a Bonner style.
Bonner style, yeah.
I'm doing a Bonner style.
Not bad for a mess build, is it?
Yeah.
Are you doing a Bonner style? Perfect.
That's that.
Does he wink?
No, I'd add that. Oh, he has winked a couple of times. He has winked a couple of times.
Just to John.
Just to me.
In his mind.
Yeah, still, I love Scott.
It's just still like a kid, isn't it? Honestly, it's got a fucking bonnet and it doesn't wear off.
It doesn't wear off at all. That picture from last year at Vape Fest, and when we booked to Scott, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to have a picture?" And we were like, "Yeah." And my face is like, "That's Scott Bonner." I talked to Scott. I just love Scott. He's one of these people. When I used to watch the shows, you're like, "Oh, I bet I'd get on with him if I knew him," but I don't know, and I'm never going to speak to him because it's scary. I don't know. I do. Okay, I went down a weird sort of wank fantasy. Okay, raspberry mint in the billet box for the next set.
I haven't seen a Vapor Giant Nano yet, John.
It's this there. It's there. Well, I've got raspberry mint with the extra set in the billet box.
Ah, there it is.
Double raspberry mint. This is all the raspberry mint I've got in the world. My boss, who's also addicted to it, is also down to I missed about 50 mil left. He's in chat.
Yeah, Dan Mudditt for the first time in 2 years has had to take a break from it.
Oh, really? Wow.
2 years.
Okay, but this is the Vapor Giant Nano. Very nano on top of the Dacus flask.
Did anybody outside of Germany do the V4s and stuff? I'm sure I've asked this before and I never remember.
It just got no press at all, did it?
No, it's just a shame. The V4, the Vapor Giant. Because they keep making new bits for it, and it's plodding along, and they're doing all of the the add-ons and stuff. But we just,
Vape Time's got it apparently.
Oh,
my boss is just undermining me in chat by saying that just our Nicola we'll have as many as we can. I already said that.
That means Simon's going to be setting them up.
That's the same thing. We will have as many as we can.
Same as you said, yeah.
It's exactly the same thing. Not 70. That's the answer. That was the question. Love you, Simon. Richard.
Hello.
How? What did you have for lunch? How's your week been? What is your favourite type of window covering? And internal. And what are you vaping?
What do you mean? Like a blind or a curtain?
It's up to you. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just saying. What's your favourite kind of window covering? Be as specific as possible.
Glass?
Do I dare turn my camera around?
Oh, God.
Have we got good curtains?
Watch out for the dildos on the side.
Quite a big fan of this. Just
there you go.
Bits of paper, foam and card.
That was pretty
Wow. Neighbours must think they live next door to a tramp.
No one points to the sky.
I like Richard's just the sort of Yorkshire's answer to Dexter. Got a soundproof room and he's covered the skylight up because police helicopter come to it.
Yes. In reality, you can't beat a nice curtain.
Oh yeah.
A nice curtain.
What?
Great. That's a prime example of a nice curtain.
I've just bought a shirt that looks exactly like that curtain, Craig.
Oh, we've already said if Craig ever changes his curtains, if he sends those curtains down, my wife will make him a shirt out of those curtains.
Yes.
You should replace them just for that, Craig, I reckon.
Oh God!
Or
I'll just smell
a
of
replica.
cigarette smoke from the 70s. That's what they'll smell of.
Oh, well, they'll be professionally cleaned in our washing machine and then turned into a shirt.
I might have to buy you a new pair of curtains, Craig, just so you send them down to Shell.
Sounds so wrong.
Yeah, can't beat a nice curtain. I had my lunch while Craig was having his dinner. We were sat on the hangout here, just both eating. I had some.
We were going to do a show, weren't we?
Yeah, we've come up with a brilliant idea for a cooking show. We can't obviously disclose it.
Oh yeah. No, well, we'll hear it afterwards.
But yeah, so shredded wheat for lunch. I'm gonna have my dinner later.
Nice.
And my week's
how many shredded wheat did you have, by the way? Did you go for the manly 3?
2.
2.
It's too much hassle. Getting 3 in a bowl and rotating them.
Yeah, because they're not that absorbent, are they? Quite once they start going, they go, but they're not.
It'd be quite hard to get even submersion, wouldn't it? With 3
you would.
Bowl.
But
yeah, you need a steep bowl, don't you?
You know what you could do though? You could just bring your third tablet of shredded wheat. Yeah. Just put it on the side because you'll still have plenty of milk left at the end.
In my head, I was like a biscuit, but I don't know. Tablet? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, they are called biscuits, aren't they?
I think they are. Yeah. Technically, they are biscuits. But if you put it on the side, and then once you've had those 2, you chucked it in.
Well, you could just have one that's fully submerged. The other one's just half submerged. As the first one goes, the other one slips in, and the one on the side comes like a conveyor belt of shredded wheat.
Why hasn't this been on Dragon's Den?
That's an amazing idea.
A very thin bowl that can fit exactly 3 shredded wheat.
I tell you what, why don't they make one big round 3 shredded wheats into a round that fit?
A round, yeah, I like it.
Fucking good idea. Unfortunately, I've got square bowls.
Okay, well, just copyright this now.
Yeah, but even if they made them square, that'd help.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, let's just get this now. We call it bolo wheat, right? And it's just exactly the same stuff. Yeah, I like it.
The ultimate would be, one big round shredded wheat.
Yeah. Oh, look, Craig's knackered. Look with his bowls.
I reckon you could get 3 in there, Craig.
I think you could get 4. You could eat if you had 4, 2 on each side going in.
Why do people watch this?
Anyway, that was tonight's show. See you next week. So yeah,
are you vaping this week, Richard?
Yes, I've got a couple of vapes beside me. I have the Cuboid Pro from Joytech, which is that thing.
That is big.
Comes with a picture of this guy. Oh, can you see that?
Oh, you can cloud gaze while you vape.
Let me just hang on. It's going to take me back to normal.
What's that?
This is a picture of a bloke vaping. It's just a huge touchscreen mod. Dual 18650, 200 watt. I don't know anything about it. I'm still learning all the things. Like, it's got a picture of the moon, and if you press that, it goes into stealth mode. But I'm still navigating all the rest of it. There's a picture of a cloud that changes your TC to TC and all that nonsense. Earlier on, I was looking at this side, thinking I'd gone into stealth mode.
Oh God!
I realised it was on that side.
That's what it was.
I was like, how am I going to get out of stealth mode? What's going on? I was just tapping away, furious.
I was wondering what that was.
So, stealth mode, normal. Stealth mode, normal. Got the cane on top of there. Don't know anything about that mod yet, other than it's overly complicated. I've just turned it into TC. Hold on. TCR, stainless steel. Wattage. Fine. Back away from the thing. Okay, next I've got this. I managed to pinch one of these.
Hey.
It's a Darwin Evolver, is that right?
Yes,
It is.
Dual 18650 series mech. Is it a fully
Oh,
mech,
you've got
isn't
the
it?
same button as me. I think it's the same button as I've got.
Is that the same button?
That's a Benji one, isn't it?
Benji,
Yeah, I've got a Benji button.
Yeah, he stopped making those buttons now. I asked him for one when I got mine, and he doesn't do anymore.
I think this was the 12th one ever made, and I think it was only the first 20 that had the Benji. I don't know.
What is it? It had the Benji what? Oh, what the actual
first
Benji
20.
button.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, mine's in the first 20 then as well.
Yes, so that's the thing. I've sort of always really liked the form factor. I wish it was parallel, just because that's how I like to drip. But I can do series. Did series for a long time. So yeah, one just popped up on the group, on the Darwin group, and I just snagged it.
Boof.
But I just think it's just really pretty.
Yeah,
And
like
really nice natural wood look as well. So that's that. Vaping treat. I got the Cheetah V2 on there, which is like a poor man's goon.
With the Thundercats on the side.
Yeah. Cheetahs on here, saber tooths on the goon.
It's pretty much completely copied the branding, hasn't it? Really.
They did it first though.
Except for a tooth. The tooth isn't as big.
The Cheetah did it first, did they?
Yeah.
There's a profile. You only see one tooth.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the whole thing's. I mean, it's got clamped deck, so.
Yeah,
it's a thing. And then this, which has been a bit of a revelation in a way, the Wismec Relu Gen 3, RX Gen 3.
Looks all right, that.
Which is, I guess, at first glance, just another RX, what have you. Let me pull up, if I can grab. So I've got the RX 200S here. They've managed to make it way smaller.
Oh, wow.
Does that come across?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's incredibly small. It's way smaller than most. It's like a Minikin V2 if you had to go on one of them.
Has it got still
It's
at the
really
3 cells?
small. Yeah, it's really small. It's crazily small.
Oh, what they return at that?
Oh, they're cheap, 45, something like that. And the screen's actually really nice as well, and it works perfectly. And it even comes with an alright sub tank as well. The Gnome. Yeah. But
is that the one that Dean helped design?
Oh, I don't know. Dean who?
Oh no, wrong.
This is the one that the video just came out showing you how to get more capacity out of it or something. Which is another one of these things where they've published the video.
What? So, oh, with the
to up the capacity.
I saw the one. What was the tank you released the review yesterday?
Oh yeah, that was the Joytech Primo SE.
That is the best workaround I've seen. I saw them today. They're for sale in.
Just tightening the coil on top.
Yeah, they're for sale in the Vaping Emporium, Ipswich, Felixstowe, and Colchester. But yeah, have a watch of Richard's video.
But there's a better workaround to this tank capacity. Get a skonker.
Actually, but if you're going to use a tank and you're going to use pre-made coils, all they've done is if you leave the head on the base and then fill up the tank, you get 2 mil. If you screw the head into the tank, then fill it up, you get like 4 or 5 mil. It's fucking brilliant. Like.
Stuart Legas, has it still got the crappy 510 on there?
Yeah, G Shire, Dino was asked as well. So the 510 is not like the ones that got all the criticism in terms of it's not press fitted, so you can't pull it out. So it is embedded. It's not fully spring loaded. It's just really spongy. I don't know. I can't remember what the original complaint with the first RX was, because that's what
they'd always go too far in, and that didn't connect, did they?
That was right. Yeah, you could sync them, couldn't you?
Mm.
I've had mine. I've never had a problem.
I've never had a problem with any of mine. I've had about 5.
Yeah.
It looks to me like it could have that issue in the future, but I haven't had that issue. That's always tough. Those sort of ones. But at least it doesn't have the pull out issue, definitely, for sure. And this goes flush, and the recoil RDA goes flush, and that's got quite a long pin, so seems all right. And I genuinely think that's a really good mod. I think that might be the mod, the budget regulated mod to get
for your big hands,
because there's so many at the moment. Like there's that Q-Boy Pro. I've got these as well from eLeaf. A couple more of these type things. I'll talk about this next week. The E-Fusion doodah thing. That's a proper mental thing, that is. But I think that Gen 3, I think might be their return to favour, because they've got some bad press of late, Wismic. So that's that. Craig.
Hello.
What did you have for lunch and dinner? How's your week been? And what are you vaping on, obviously? And what is the most you'd be willing to pay to enter a nightclub?
Wow. I'm too old for that now.
No, but say you really wanted to go.
Fiver?
No, I mean, if it was somewhere like, Cream, or let's say the Hacienda suddenly started back up,
what's that?
Then
what's the Hacienda? Did he say?
No, I didn't. I was trying to remember something. I'm gonna find it.
Oh God, it's like So then I'd probably pay a few quid for that.
What about? I was thinking of if you were going in GAYE and all the people in the queue were saying GAY, sorry, in London, and
is that the oldie worldy version?
And I don't know, all the punters in the queue were kind of
quite dishonest.
Yeah, just saying it was brilliant.
Yeah,
right. Okay. Well, right. What after my dinner?
It'd be a bit of a bummer, wouldn't it?
for my dinner and my tea. Oh God, the descent. We're all going to hell.
All we want to know, Craig, is how much you'd pay to get into GA.
How much are you paying?
I don't know. I'd pay 50 quid for a good night out.
Yeah, fair enough. That's about right. That's top.
Yeah, I'd swap entry for the nightclub for John's cheese.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a balance there. John, with his wheel of cheese, would be able to get in to said nightclub.
It amounts to the same thing, because you'd both have a cracking night, just be very different.
Yeah. John would be just chasing around his cheese wheel. Cheese wheel. So I had a Nando's for dinner, and for tea I had
Cheeky Nando's.
Cheeky Nando's, John's favourite place.
Have you seen the Urban Dictionary definition of a cheeky Nando?
No, what is it?
Oh, check it out. I'll pull it up later.
Okay. So there's that. Nightclub. How's my week been? My week's been really tiring. Actually, I'm on holiday this week, but I'm finding myself with less sleep than when I'm normally at work. I did plumes on Monday night, and it was till 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, so crazy. You really fit in as well, man. Watched it back. It was good. It was a good show.
I've known them since it'd be 2.5 years, coming on for nearly. It's about 3 months after I started vaping, so that I kind of met all of those guys in the ECR hangout. So I kind of met all of them lot in the US before I met anybody in the UK, and it was Sean and Angsty that introduced me to Shazza and everybody else, and eventually yourself and whatever. So it was kind of all through Sean and Angsty. So, but yeah, so I knew them lot first. And then I came back home.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good though. It was really good. And Masty and Foo and Angsty are really cool. And Sean even popped in to say hello as well, so which was really cool. Yeah, they're brilliant. Masty still terrifies me when you do it because he's just you just never know what's going to happen really. So yeah, really good.
I remember when I was on it, Angsty said I could hear not Angsty. Fuck, my brain's gone. Master said he in the chat he went, we gotta pull this guy up right now because I think he's going to fall asleep any second. Because I was like, because obviously, you know, because we're dimmed, but you can be seen. I was kind of like, I'm trying to like go, just trying to stay with it.
Oh, I mean, that must have been worse because Mum was kind of like, as soon as you're in,
as soon as
it's on,
yeah,
it's fine,
no,
but
it was about 4:30, I think, and I got to bed at 5:30 a.m. I went to work at 8.
Oh, fuck that. So yeah, so did all of that lot, and then been to the dentist, got that done. The alarm in the house has all been tested and got all that lot done. So I've managed to get a load done this week. So I'll be glad when it's kind of like a bit of rest tomorrow. What am I vaping on? I am vaping on. I've got the dog mods, the SX 350 JV1 with the Goon 1.5 on it and the signature tips. And in that, I have got, it just says Z on the bottom if for Lemonzilla. So I've got Lemonzilla from Coil Vapes. I'm really liking that now that it's settled in. It's really, really, really dropped into something pretty special, Lars.
Can I say the same for Get Pissed?
Done the same as it?
Yeah, that up to a week it was just wrong, and then now it's really come into it. So it's really nice now.
I might have to get my Lemonzilla out. Mine's got a bit of colour to it now as well.
Show us your Lemonzilla, Rick. Yeah, that's doing it.
It turns, I will say the pit, it kind of turns more into like a candy flavour.
Yeah, but it was just it was like a dental product at first.
So yeah, a bit toothpastey. Yeah. Then I got the Aspire Archon with the Origin and Chris Munn. I've got to say, Chris Munn turned up in chat, the most handsome bastard on the face of the earth. So yes, he turned up in chat, and we love you loads, Christian. And Mark does want to see you. He does want to see you. So there you go. I've got a Vince tip on top, and in that I have got Planet Cracker from DB Liquids, and just had Nick. And finally, I've got the other thing that I've been using a lot. Oh, actually, I'll do this while I'm at it. I've got the Dacus with the Reaper V2 stainless steel. I've got a new deck for it from John, and he makes the EVL Reaper, and changed it over, and it's way, 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 way better. Before it was, you know, sometimes with the K-Fun, if you went too far wrong on a K-Fun, it would just strangle it. It'd be the death of it. That was doing that a little bit, and it was just strangling a little bit. But now he's made a slightly larger deck. This is the old deck on it, which you're probably not going to be able to see very much of. In fact, oh, there you go. That's the old deck. So you can see there's like the big hole is where the insulator goes in, and the positive goes through, and the negative is the other side, or the other way around, one or the other. I think the negative actually is this side. And then the other two were the juice channels for where the wicks go in. They're much bigger on the new deck that he's done. So changed it over, and it's almost like a different tank. It has no problems, keeps up a treat. It's really, really good. So I'm really enjoying that at the moment. I can't remember what I've got in that.
For ages, I just noticed this with this lovely piece of hardware from Vapeware Mods. It's silent.
Yeah,
I like to sit and use it rather than keep leaning forward and telling them off. I like it.
Well, are you covering it in your newsy bit then? Are you going to have your initial thoughts on it?
No, because I've only had it like 6 hours. No, I've only been using it for like 3 hours.
Okay. So I've got that, and then finally, I've been using this nearly all week. Hydrogen. with the Origin 6mm on top, bell cap, and a tip from Big. And in that, I've got Fluff from DB Liquids, blueberry fluff. Tearing through that. I've got quite a lot of it, so I'm using that. And then I've got all my other tanks still ready for Vape Fest. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, Rick, it's you, is it?
Yeah.
So,
go on then.
How's your week been? What do you have for dinner? Fucking hell, I forgot what they all are now. The usual 3 plus.
Start to cop out.
Ham. Oh, damn it.
Ham, damn it.
Ham, damn it. Had a fall. Oh, fuck's sake. What was the last computer game that you really got into?
Good question. Like it.
That's a good question. How's my week been? Been good. Had last week off, as you all know, which was really quite odd. I've got to say, really quite odd. I went to bed and put it on my TV, the show, and I found myself. I didn't actually speak, but I found myself talking, almost talking, answering questions on the show. It was a little bit weird, but the week's been good.
They're not listening. You just see you now lying in bed going, "You're not listening to me."
It was just really weird. It's the first time I've actually, well, although I've had a holiday last year, I had 2 weeks off. I still came in, didn't I, for a quick hello. So that was the first week I actually didn't touch the show ever since we started. So, yeah, it was odd, but I'm glad to be back. I'm glad of the break. Had a bit of social media break. I didn't go on in the evenings. It was quite nice.
We had to keep telling you off. You kept fucking turning up.
Yeah, I did my best to try and distance myself a bit in the evenings.
I know what it's like.
No, you did good.
So, what else? What did I have for tea? I had a chili that I made earlier. Chili and wraps with sour cream cheese and lettuce. Nice.
I had chili.
Did you?
Yeah, it's good.
Can't beat a bit of chili. What else? What my vape? No. What's the last question? What's the last video game I really got into? Okay, last video game I really got into, I think, would be really got into it as well. San Andreas Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, it was a classic.
Yeah, me and Jake just played that to death. It's great, loved it. I've got the new. Well, I got the new one on the Xbox Live. Still, don't. It's not. I like the old one better. Did
you play it properly, or did you just run around shooting people?
Yeah, I played it properly, finished it, and then there was this little. I managed to. There was this place. There was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There was a casino or somewhere that had a fruit machine, and you could win so much money on it that you would never need to. You could buy everything you wanted in the whole game, but you more often than not, you'd lose all your money in there. So you just keep reloading and trying again until you won the jackpot. And yeah, just went around killing people and running people over and stuff as you do in the end. It's great fun.
Nice.
Well, what am I vaping on? Okay, got some new stuff this week. I've been very lucky this week. I got a mod from a lovely man called George in Greece, and he's George G-Prov. He sent me a G-Prov squonker with a DNA 75 in it.
Okay.
So yeah, nice sported stabilised wood squonker. And on top of that, I've got the goon, and in that what I've got is some mango. It's from Snap Liquids, and I put some menthol in it because I wanted a bit of menthol mango, and I put a bit of menthol in it.
What's the second hole for?
It's got, because it's so you can locate the tube onto the 510. Not really. It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. I don't know. I don't. It's not my favourite feature having a hole there, but it's needed, I think, to get the tube on there.
Yeah.
But this is an old version now. He's making a new model now.
It's pretty though.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's really nice. So thanks ever so much for that, George. Yeah, and that's got the Goon 1.5 on top. Been hammering this mod this week. It's beautiful. Really come into its own with this Atty on top for me. And I've got the Gaia on top. This is a Chris Scott mod Squonker with the SX475J board in it with a joystick. Yeah, I've got the Gaia out. Found I did have the screw in the pack to screw into the top, so you can squonk and fill up. That's what I was saying. You were saying about 2 mil capacities, and everyone talking about tanks, but this is a tank.
The same, isn't it?
That's on top of a squonker, but I've got a 10 mil capacity in this thing.
Yeah.
By the time, so don't worry about these. You know, don't worry about it. Get one of these instead. And in that, I've got the French. I've got some of the French Blokes juice, the blue stuff they gave me. It's the end of it now. Though I'm nearly done with it, which is a shame because I really like it. I've got a little bit left, and that's a mango, a melon peach menthol. And yeah, this mod's really coming to its own. As you know, I like to rip a bit hard on mods, and I've managed to vape. I'm vaping this at 30 watts, so it's lasted all day, that battery. Finally, one more new mod that I got from the lovely Ryan Dorr at Rock Mods. He sent me this. Look, Brewdog on the door.
Whee!
Nice Illumide Squonker, little mech Squonker with a Brewdog logo on the door.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a good lad. I wasn't expecting it. I've got some new parts coming. I've got some prototype parts that I wanted to test in a Squonker, and I said to Ryan, "Can you send me a box that's got no holes in it or anything, just so I can, you know, knock up a mod using these parts?" And then this came with it as well. So yeah, thanks ever so much, Ryan. That's really great, mate. It's lovely. It's working nice, and this Illumide is really. I haven't had a mod with Illumide before. You can see the little specks of aluminium through it, and it's actually quite heavy, so it's cool. Yeah, really good.
Eddie's just done some money.
Illumide ones.
Yeah, these Illumide version.
Ah, nice.
He did some wood ones as well.
I've got a showcase. I've got Eddie's in the showcase later with the wooden ones. So
he did those with Chris Scott, didn't he?
Sorry.
He did those with Chris Scott, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, all my mods this week have all got holes in them, but I'm not ashamed. I don't mind sticking my finger in a hole now and again.
No, shows your holes. That's what we say.
Yeah, look, there you go. There's some holes. Ready?
No, don't.
There's 3 holes for you. Yeah, that's
Rick's hand check qualifies as stuff and squonking.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's what I'm vaping on. So that's it, isn't it? So over to John. You've got some news, John?
After 10 news time.
It's news and olds. Shit from last week that we did talk about.
Shit from last week.
What? Shit from last week. I've just changed the link that I was going to use. Everybody's seen this week. I was going to read it from the Independent, but not the Independent, the Telegraph. But I decided the Telegraph is an unholy bag of shit, so I'm not going to read that. I'm going to read it from somewhere else instead. I'm going to read it from the register.co.uk. This is the headline that's banging around everywhere this week in the vaping world, not in the real world. UK government's war on e-cigs is over. This is the subheadline. Vape at work? Hey, why not? That was what they went with. The government has said that the persecution of the users of e-cigarette technology should stop. The Department of Health today outlined a 5-year tobacco control plan for England with the goal that the proportion of the population who smoke tobacco products should fall to 12% by 2022, down from 15.5% today. Routine bans on vaping products at the workplace or in public spaces should cease. The DOH notes, in order to maximise the availability of safer alternatives to smoking. The last tobacco control plan for England was published in 2011. Since then, there has been a grassroots revolution in public health. I think that's us. But I'm going to have to repeat the warning because I'm going to say it. Fuck it.
Go on then.
No, excuse me a bit. They're beasties, is what I'm going to say. I think you people need to be very cautious right now. Don't, you're the biggest enemy for vaping as it currently is, or as it was, I've never seen it as the government, and I've always seen it as big tobacco, pharma, etc. I would say that yeah, I just take this with a pinch of salt and move forward, because big tobacco are not going to lose that money.
It's not a good thing, though.
Oh, the
vaping in the office is not.
No. I'm not. Sorry. Yeah, I should have really.
It's going to set off the smoke alarms. That's one.
Yeah.
It's going to annoy non-vapers in the office. Two. It's not good. It's not good for PCs.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I can't do that in the server room.
Yeah, I don't. As I said the other day on the page, what each personal office does is up to them. They own the office. Whatever they want to do it. I think it's bollocks to do with health. I think it's irritating as fuck if you don't vape, and the vast majority of people who work in one office in all likelihood won't vape. So having one bloke, especially if he's a tit, is going to drive everybody crazy. So it wasn't about that. The public spaces, again, I think if you're blowing clouds in Tesco's, you're a dick. And I don't think that's going to change. But I have to say, I'm always surprised by when I said it the other day on the page, and I'll say it again now. I'm always surprised by independent pubs, not those owned by breweries, that don't allow vaping within a limit. Don't blow clouds. But the pubs, something that the UK is absolutely famous for, the UK pub trade is on its arse. I mean, it's literally dying. And I think they should allow vaping. Personally, I don't agree. I totally agree with what you said, Richard, in regards to vaping at work. That's bollocks.
It's down to it's down to the company, isn't it? I mean, to be honest.
Yeah. It is now, though. That hasn't really changed. If you've got
extraction in an office, it would all the extra vapor would be taken away, wouldn't it? So it wouldn't. Yeah,
I just think it's too big.
But nothing's changing. I will say the other thing is that's a piece of that's a bit of bullshit journalism, because right now it's perfectly legal to vape in your office. If your boss said, "Yeah, everyone who vapes, you can vape at your desk," nothing's stopping them doing that now.
Are they actually going to try and make it so you can't vape in your office? Then? Actually, as a law.
No, a lot of buildings don't allow it.
No.
So I'm going to vape in my office, whatever the fucking law is.
They've just added that. Really, they've added that as a to try and personify or try and personalize it. They've added that, but they're talking about vaping in public places. Really,
I just don't like the idea of. Well, especially in our line of work, there's no way. And if my boss turned around to me and said, do you think it's a good idea to allow people to vape in our office? My first answer would be no, straight away. It's, I'm not going to sit there and have to spend a week rebuilding a fucking server, rack-mounted server just for a few clouds here and there. And the other reason is I quite enjoy being able to go outside, stand there, not stare at a monitor, and then go back inside and carry on doing my work. But
nothing's going to change. But in regards to that, Craig, nothing's going to change, is it? The other thing, there's lots of working parts of this, and I've seen a few Americans posting the same story and saying, "Oh, we need to take a leaf out of it." So far, nothing's happened. It's just an idea. Nothing's happened.
Yeah.
You've got to wait.
Was it Public Health England said that stop smoking centres should be encouraging vaping? That was like 5 months ago. Nothing's happened. So nothing. No. So it's a bit of a non-thing.
Yeah. So don't all go mental and be cheering in the street. And I'll just be honest. If I'm in a park and it says no smoke, because I've been in outside places before. Oh, if I'm outside, I have a fuck for this. If I'm outside, within the Earth's atmosphere, but outside of a building, and it says no smoking and no vaping, I just ignore it. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It's the air. I don't care. I'll just do it anyway. I'm not bothered.
I think I'd be more worried about
on the train station. I've been on a train platform and I'll vape. I don't fucking care, man.
No, I don't care about that. But that's
Bottom line is you've got to be courteous to who's around you. I see no problem in me having a vape if there's nobody around and it's not anybody, whether it's illegal or not, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I mean, being at Harrods Town train station, there was nobody on the platform, nobody but me and Shelley, and I had an Ego tea, and I took a couple of drags, and a guy in a badly fitted British Railways suit came out. Oh, excuse me, that can't be vaping on. Oh, fuck.
I mean, I'm of the mind that
we're all going to die.
I just don't do it. You know, I just
Well, that's it. I just said it's down to
smoke, so. Yeah, I don't mind it. So.
Next,
I won't vape on a train, but ignore that.
Thanks for the t-shirts.
I've got what else is important? I've got to take out this. Is that old?
Doom and gloom. Doom and gloom.
You got superseded.
Tell him, Pike.
This is, I haven't really got any news. This is like that. Well, there's that, and then this. I had my dad come and stay, not last weekend, not the weekend, just gone the weekend before. When he was down, my dad gave up smoking after 45 years with Champex, and he's a proper now. I should never think of it. My dad is a proper proper ex-smoker.
Oh God!
So I was like vaping in my own front room, and he went, and he said, "Still addicted to nicotine then?" And I went, yeah, I love it. And he went, "Yeah, I still think of you as a smoker." And I went, "Oh, that's because you're a fucking idiot." Me and my dad are close, and I'm allowed to say that with him laughing, and he did laugh when he said, "So you wouldn't consider yourself a smoker?" And I said, "If I was chewing Nicorette gum, would you be saying I was a smoker?" "Well, you're getting nicotine, and there is what looks like smoke." "Yeah, but it's not smoke, there, Dad." "Yeah, I still think you're a smoker." And I said, "Oh, I still think you're a dickhead." And it's we agreed to disagree on whether I was a smoker or not. I just wondered if anybody else. I've had the same.
He was just trying to get a rise out of you, wasn't he?
No, he was actually being, and we often do try and get a rise out of each other, but that was not that this time. He was being kind of serious, but he was. It was a real non-smoker, ex-smoker. Ex-smokers who walk past current smokers and get.
Oh,
can't stand the smell anymore. And you think, "Oh fuck! Thank goodness for vaping. I don't have to do that. I don't have to be that dick."
Yeah,
it does.
Do I have it? I mean, the guys in the office, everybody in the office is now so used to it, and they send me emails while I'm at work saying, "Oh, have you seen this thing about vaping?" Because they know that I do the show as well, so they're kind of like getting bits of news for me. So none of them say anything, and close mates, no, they don't say anything. But they're like the receptionist and a few others that kind of have worked there for a long time in other offices. They kind of go, they still do that old smoking thing, or they kind of do the whole thing where they walk past, get, and shit.
Oh, well, just we're on the subject, because Schwartzy just said in the chat, John talks to his dad the same way I talk to mine. I posted a video on iOS just before my dad came that said, "Oh, everybody have a nice weekend. My dad's coming down. I hope age consent taken away this time. I've got a big box outside, propped up with a stick and a bit of string. I'm going to put some words original under it. And if the wily old fucker goes underneath that, I'm having him." And it was really sweet. But I read people's comments on the post on our Facebook group to my dad, and he was near crying with laughter at the fact that people had defended his sort of had kind of defended his delicate, his delicate feelings. Because I said I was laughing, and I went, "Yeah, look, Dad says here you only get one dad." My dad went, "Well, I don't know. You could have more than that, maybe." And that was nice.
Just find a random bloke walking down the street and go, "Dad."
Yeah, it was really sweet of people, but then I kind of forget sometimes that people, everybody talks to their family in different ways, but it takes some getting used to. In my family, everyone is as blunt as all hell, and it's very funny, but it takes a while to get used to it. I told my dad if he went on holiday and died, he was coming back as ashes because there's no way I was paid to fly a coffin home. He wouldn't enjoy the flight.
Just a quick.
Do you still get called a smoker? Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, go on. I was just going to say this is Flitz's last show before he comes over here, but.
Oh yeah. The Flitzinators are coming over. Yeah. This is his room.
Wow.
This is Flitz's room.
Will he be here? Yeah, he'll be here next week for the show then, will he? Or the week after? Thursday.
He's coming here Saturday, so he'll be in Scotland next week for the show.
Will he be here? Oh, will he? Will he be at yours before, or is he going straight to Fest from Scotland then?
No, he's landing in Scotland, and then he's going from Scotland to Felixstowe, and then from Felixstowe to Seaton, I think, and then from Seaton to Shrewsbury, right?
And then back down south, and then home.
Went back down south and home. Flitz's just said I'll be in Scotland next week. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. We can still. Oh, that's quite good. Schwartzy said the room will look the same, but John will be naked. That's quite fun.
Oh,
I did like that. Who's next in the news? Because I've sort of run out of bollocks. Just run into a wall. Craig, news.
Hello. Right. First thing, I'll get it out of the way. Yes, I am getting a squonker. Oh. God, it's Richard pointed out the other week. It's the fact that I've become known for something that I don't do is kind of weird. So I'm gonna do it. I've sent an apology to Paula.
What did she say?
Cunt. That is what she said.
She said you're divorced, didn't she?
Yeah.
She definitely used the word cunt. I know, Paula.
Yeah. So, but I have. I'm not going to say what, but I do have a prezi for her to make up for it. So it's kind of that. So that's cool.
Another squonker.
Yeah. So I'm getting a big bing. Some underpants.
Used.
Get her some nail clippers, and then she'll be able to squonk as well.
She's a nail technician. She could put like squonking probes on there or something.
What's that Channel 4 racing guy?
John McCririck.
Yeah, she could do the complete opposite of him. He keeps one fingernail long so he can pick his nose.
Oh God!
Oh, and she keeps one short.
She could keep one short for squonking.
She could. I said to her she could just get rid of that fingernail, and she'd be all right. Wouldn't she?
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, you look terrible. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting. Anthony and Cosmo sent me a message saying they want to send me one of the prototypes for the elemental mods. New squonking elemental mods are doing, so I'm gonna have a play with that.
What do you mean to go on?
That's a status. Yeah. That's vape fame. That is.
That's vape fame. Yeah. So, well, I'm probably gonna end up getting.
I feel sorry for the second squonky you get.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this, and I'm kind of in this land where it's either going to be Ryan or it's going to be Nigel, one of the two of them, or both of them. So I because I think they're great. I think I saw the boxes that Ryan makes. I saw some of them last year when he was at Vape Fest, and Nigel's stuff. I had one like of the really early red dwarves, and I've still got his yellow one sitting back there on top and use it loads. So I'll probably hit them up at some point as well. So, but I'm not going more than that because I'm kind of slowing down with my mods. I've got enough nice mods that I don't need to keep on buying more of them. So, next I was going to mention plumes, but we've done that. The next one that I've got is somebody did. They did this. Let me see if I can find out a way of being able to get this to share. I'll bet you any money that it's not going to do it now because this is a bag of shit. Oh, come on. There it is. Screen share, application window, Metro, share. Which is this, which is... Oh, it's Richard.
Oh, do it after. We'll do it after this.
Okay.
Carry on with this.
So I'll tell you what. I've snoozed it. So, yeah, so Vaping 101, which was can you vape around your pets? which is in the metro, which is all things believable. There's been an increasing number of stories involving pets who've died from ingesting vape liquids or equipment around things. I will try and put a link up. I'll tell you what I will do. I will put the link up in chat so people can have a bit of a read if they want, and I'll try and get it somewhere else as well. Yeah, this is the problem is we're getting the news from 2 weeks ago. Is I forget the relevant points in it now after having that week away from it. But this found here, which was a study found that cats who were fed high amounts of a substance over a 5-week period were more susceptible to developing Heinz bodies in their red blood cells, which contribute to anemia. And it's like, let's be honest, if you're feeding your cat the same substance, which is, I'm guessing, e-liquid, for 5 weeks, I think you've kind of not got the cat's diet correct. I think what they're relying on is, you know, they need meat, you know, they like tins of cat food, that kind of stuff, really. So I think that would help a little bit, buying the proper things for them. How to have a vape safe home, where it goes on about vape away from your pets. This was the other one which I thought was interesting. This may involve only using your e-cigarette outside, having a room where they don't enter, or keeping your usual vaping spots well ventilated so they don't come into direct contact with vapor.
What?
This is bollocks, though, isn't it? We already know it's bollocks and there's no side effects from second-hand vapor.
Yes. So
my dog loves chasing O's.
No. Yeah. Now this one was the other bit which I thought was kind of like, what are the signs of nicotine poisoning? Because I always think you should kind of put it in the order of things that are, you know, in the order of things.
Falling into a coma.
Which is number 4 is falling into a coma. You're not going to worry too much about fainting when you're in a coma, are you? You know, I like the order to be, here's something gentle that might happen to you right through to the end, which is like, this is fucked up. But no, it's kind of, you know, they did the alphabetical thing, so it's kind of like, yeah, falling into a coma. I like this one, though, but I think this one's common amongst most vapors anyway. So, which is drooling, apparently. Apparently, nicotine poisoning causes drooling. So, and the other one, which is kind of the other one, is muscle twitching, which I always thought was good. Yeah, I thought that said agitation, restlessness, or excrement, then, but it doesn't. Yeah, so I'll put the rest of it up.
That's the article was excrement.
They're all the same symptoms as mild arousement.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Falling into a coma.
Is always a winner.
You're right. Looking at this list. Yeah.
Oh, maybe not vomiting. That wouldn't be.
I don't know. Some people are into that. You know, the Romans liked it. I mean, the Romans were up for anything, weren't they? So,
except a bend in the road.
So that's that one. The next one that I've got is something that happened in Dorset. I'm guessing this kind of is a common thing in Dorset. Application window in the Dorset Echo, which was firefighters were called to reports of smoke from a flat in Queen Mother Square, Poundbury, which turned out to be a room full of people vaping. So apparently they actually used the term here, which is a vaping hot box and not a fire.
How can you hot box vape?
They were all using mesh.
Check out this mango. Yeah.
Bruce broke down the door to enter the flat after hearing no response.
Inside they found
a flat full of, here you go. Inside they found a flat full of vape smoke and confused occupants. That sounds like papers.
I'd say a hot box would be a mod that's got EFS batteries in it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I will put the link in chat so everybody can go and have a look at. Yeah, some Schwartzy says they were cloud gazing. Yeah, it's quite. Yeah. Oh, somebody else. Yeah, cloud gazing. I'm not going to mention Rip Tripper's rap video.
Oh, please don't.
Whamma jamma.
Next,
all the comedic talent of a pigeon. That bloke.
Yeah. Oh no!
I don't think he was trying to be funny.
Oh no, it's not there. It's not there. It has gone.
Bad gateway. What was it? A gate.
That is a bad gateway.
It was the Vicar Sig.
Poorly designed.
It was the Eric D did it, which was the Vika Fantasy, which was a little Atty that used Nautilus coils, Atlantis coils, I think.
Okay.
Which was about 25, I think it's $25. And it
Atlantis coils.
I'll dig it out. I'll dig it out and I'll put it in the group.
Was it the cloud one?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, because there's one by a company. I can't remember what it's called. So if Simon's watching, you're selling them. It's called Cumulus. Is that it?
No. There's it's a Vika Fantasy. Oh, Basardo did Basardo did a review of it last year, amazingly, which is,
I suppose, old tech, isn't it?
Really weird. Yeah.
The Atlantis sold old tech.
But they did. They were quite nice. So yeah, they look like one.
You can only ever get 25 quid for that type of thing.
Damn it! It's not doing it. Yeah, they've got some really nice. I'll show you the picture just very quickly.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm listening to you, Johnny. All right. Yeah, it looks like one of those. It looks like the Bellcat. It looks like a Bellcat K-Fun, but with a pre-built component. It's really quite nice.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, especially for the price.
I don't like those drip tips.
No.
Yeah,
I'm with you on the drip tip.
Yeah.
At least it won't fall out your bum if you poke it up there. That drip tip.
Yeah, it's like the billet box ones that.
I don't do that as often as I used to be honest.
Next up, I've got some images. I think Rick, which was a couple of things that I saw, and some people will tell me there's more of them out there. Might need to zoom in a bit. I don't know. Which is the first one was the OLCGS. I know very little about it other than it appeared on Vape Store. There aren't very many reviews for it, but it's a single or a dual coil atomizer, and the air comes in through the bits on the sides. But you can do vertical coils with it as well. So it kind of piqued my interest a little bit because it's a little bit Origin-esque in the way that the coil is very, very close to the sides.
That knurling on the cap, that is a bad look.
Yeah, it's not
big to get the top off before they did that, though.
It looks awful. It looks like there's a missing AFC. You know that? Why is it?
Yeah, there's like it's sat in, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
there's a really busy deck, isn't it?
It's because you have to turn the whole cap.
Oh, for the air. Yeah. Get it.
Oh, I see. So the air will just sort of go through these channels then.
Yeah.
So it's a single coil, really, then, isn't it?
No, you can do a single horizontal, or you can do a dual vertical coil.
Oh, cool. So there's two holes there. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can kind of do it like an Origin as well. So it's got the 2 positive and 2 negative screws on it, which was one I saw. And then the other one, which was the Type R. Somebody posted it on UKS, I think, or it was one of those groups. I can't remember, one of those, which was the Edge Mods Type R. There's some things appeared over in the States, and you've probably seen it in passing, actually, over the past few weeks. A bit of a...
So it's another Nada-like.
Yeah. But kind of like angled up a little bit on the side of it. Now, we haven't finished yet. Richard, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
John, it's time.
What's in Craig's drawers?
Oh, what's in Craig's drawers? Okay, so it's the first person.
We've done it on chat. Bish was first. Bishop was first.
Cool.
And he said, I don't know if this is mathematically possible, but he said middle.
Okay. I'll pick one of the middle ones because there aren't that many. Because I've kind of like cleaned.
Is there an even number of columns?
There aren't that many drawers that have got stuff in at the moment. So I'll grab it and I'll pick one out and then
middle. You are watching the Ideal Home Show. This is what's in Craig's drawers.
What's in Craig's drawers?
Oh, actually, it's the same as the other one that we did the other week, but we didn't do all the stuff that was in it, you see. So I'm going to take 2 out of this. So it means we've got content for weeks to come. So, well, believe it or not, I've got 2 Atties, which I think Richard gave to me.
There we go.
Which, right, now, Richard, here's the test. You've got to tell me what these two tanks are. Because I think I know what they are, because it's written on the bottom of them.
I know.
Well, one of them is... one of them's made by Coil Art. Is that right? Coil Art Azeroth. And the Mage GTA. Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
No, they're both mages. A mage and a mage GTA.
Ah, there you go. So yeah, you really liked these, didn't you?
I liked the mage because it was an exact rip off of the Moonshot, but it was.
That's what I thought. It was a Moonshot when I saw it.
Much easier to build than a Moonshot. So it was just like
build it.
It was like a Moonshot 1.5. That's why I liked it. The GTA, was that the GTA that had the trouble of the juice couldn't flow around it?
That was the Moonshot.
It looks pretty tight.
I think they accidentally made the barrel too wide, and it was too close to the glass, and the juice couldn't flow around, so it was fundamentally flawed.
There you go, Craig. Enjoy your gift.
Oh, I found that with the the first Moonshot as well, though, didn't you?
Yeah, it did lock up sometimes. Yeah,
a little bit. It was worse with those GTAs though, because you really need the juice to flow around.
Yeah, the juice must flow.
A bit like an RDTA. An RDTA. When you tip to vape, which is what gets the wicks. Imagine if the juice couldn't move.
Yeah, kind of end up with a big bubble all the way around it, and nothing kind of can get down.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So so that's why I've gone there. I'm not showing all the other ones because I'm gonna spread them out. I will spread them out a little bit. So there's more of a selection of drawers. So
I'm going to send you more junk for your drawers.
That sounds wrong as well.
I'm going to fill your drawers.
Yeah, with my junk. So they got the Type R. There's a couple of. I'll put a couple of links. There was one which was a review in Japan, and the other one it sells. That Type R sells for 5,000 yen, which is the equivalent of about £34.50. So it's not a huge amount of money. So
which one was that? Pull that back up.
Rick will have the Type R. Oh, you're muted, Rick.
Sorry,
got rid of it now.
Oh, sorry, a bit of a curveball.
Did you delete it?
Yeah, it's gone.
He's efficient. He's efficient.
I'll.
Yeah.
Right,
anyway,
I'll
yeah. Well, yeah.
It looked like a Nard or a Hadley.
Yeah, the Narda with the 3 holes.
I'm gonna buy that and review it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all right. So Rick, tis you. I've stuck something under your. I stuck something under your.
You did, didn't you? Yeah, I found a little bit of news last in the week. Everyone's probably seen it, but we'll touch on it. And it's the guys from Wrigley's. They're suing a vape, a juice manufacturer. I think they're making juice and they're using the Juicy Fruit and Double Mint branding for their own logos. I'm gonna share the page.
As somebody pointed out, one of them did say Mage on it. So
it's ridiculous.
But here we go. I mean, it's about time, to be honest. It's about time somebody came along and actually did something properly.
It happens more often than people know because they had a cease and desist, which they ignored, didn't they?
Yeah.
They stopped for a short while. They say further down that they sent them a cease and desist, and they stopped for a few months. Yeah, they backed off, but only for a few months. Wrigley says the company.
There's a few that are going to happen. There's one, a British liquor company who are using the same font as Rockstar Games use for GTA.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're going to get it. They're going to come for you.
Yeah, they get unique. I mean, but these are just obviously complete rip. They're too close to the mark, aren't they? I mean, Juicy Fruit Gum, it's just spelled juicy differently. You know, Double Mint DBL. It's just
really awful.
I mean, I wouldn't buy a juice that look like that anyway. But it's I hope they close them down. Really, fuck them.
I just think it's just. I think it's just really just develop your own brand. There's some people who've done it really, really well, and if you take a bit of time, I mean, you look at like Billy's stuff, for instance, and the artwork that that John does and everything else, and it's really, really good. It's kind of like he's got a style, it's got through the range of what's done with it, and you look at a lot of vendors.
I've got a funny the way Billy used to do it, and there was always with his liquid names when he was doing the ranges, he would ask, because I've mixed with Billy for years, and me, Collier, and there was a couple of people. Billy would always go, "Oh, I've got this new juice coming out. Can you think of a name?" And then we'd like challenge each other to try and think of the like funniest shit you can get away with, and then send it to Billy, and then he'd go yes or no. When I first started working for Simon, I was in the vape shop, and I was going through what they got for sale because they sell Vaping King as well. And I said, "Oh yeah, you've got all the big ones like Slime. You've got Bean Flicker." And I said to the lady who works in the shop, I went, "I have a funny story about that." And she went, "Yeah, I don't like selling that." And I went, "Why is that?" And she went, "Oh, it's the name. It's disgusting." And I went, "Yeah, I thought of it."
And on the design thing,
disgusting descriptions as well.
On the design thing, sometimes they say, "Oh, can't afford a designer or whatever to design the brand." That's the biggest load of nonsense ever. There's a website called 99 Designs where you can pay about $50 for 99 people to submit a logo, and half of them will be epic.
Yeah, and Zach did one. Zach did one for. Yeah, and Zach did one which was for, I think it was for a line which he was started doing before he did.
We did a comp on,
which was
just Nick did a comp on our own Facebook page.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but the indictment labels, the old type that you used to get on the bottles with like the brains in it and the samples that you have in those like old laboratories, and they had labels that looked like that on all of the juice bottles, and it looked cool as fuck. It was perfect, dead simple, straightforward. It works. If it's good juice, people really don't give a shit at the end of the day. If it's good juice, it'll get a reputation, and that'll be it. Its reputation will be that, and a little bit of marketing in the right places. People don't give a shit as long as you've spelt it right. In most cases, it'll shift.
I mean, they're overlooking. These people at Wrigley's have got money and time and years of branding in there into these things. So it is really cheeky to come along and just steal that.
Oh, and they'll have you, and they will. I mean, they've got lawyers on retainers. They might as well use them. And you'll pay their cost if you do that.
Yeah. You better have very deep pockets if you want to fight that.
People always say, "Oh yeah," but when it gets to court, and you think you'll never get in the door, there'll be no court case. You'll have run out of money by then because you'll be paying for the solicitors' letters.
Yeah.
So anyway. That's all. That's the only news I've got. Just that little thing. So, Richard, got anything for us this week?
Yes, I have. I got a couple of pictures. If you can pull a picture up, Rick. First one.
Just very quickly before we do that, Flitzy says, "I think they filed for bankruptcy, maybe." Apparently, he said. But anyway, carry on.
So, Dr. Facilianos has done some testing on these things that the big tobacco companies have brought out. The warming up of a cigarette.
The fag butt in an electronic thing.
IQOS, isn't it, or whatever?
Yeah, heated tobacco products. And this it's quite an interesting thing throughout, but ultimately it comes down to this conclusion. And it's quite. This is literally like a screen grab of the slideshow. So, heated tobacco products is an old and initially failed concept. New developments and products, some already marketed in many countries, others to follow, resemble tobacco cigarettes in patterns of use. No visible side stream smoke, but bad smell, very similar to smoking. Side stream, they mean secondhand with the side stream thing. Side stream smell, implying emissions, lower throat hit compared to tobacco cigarettes, significantly lower toxic emissions than smoking, but higher than new generation e-cigarettes. They seem to represent a harm reduction option. for dual users or smokers who cannot quit with e-cigarettes. Not satisfactory, probably disgusting for established e-cigarette users. So they, and then ultimately, obviously, the final caveat that more studies are needed. But so they are lower in toxicity, but they stink like fags.
I will. There's another really for 2 years for approximately 2 years. If you go back and look for the first mention, the Imperial Tobacco are the ones pushing theirs the most. If you search Imperial Tobacco electronic cigarette and then find the tobacco product and then search specifically for the brand, you'll see in UK papers, newspapers claim there's a new article. It's bullshit. Someone's paid for it, and they'll claim it's big somewhere you couldn't possibly know if it was big. So when they claim it was big in Italy, really big in Italy, and they're doing this in everywhere. So I'm sure if you're in France, the newspaper says, "Oh, it's huge in Germany," and in Germany they go, "Well, it's massive in Finland." Oh, I love it in Finland. And then in Finland, it's this next big thing in Holland. It's bullshit. Someone's paying for the Imperial are paying for these newspaper articles where they claim that this is the next big thing. Because as the great Greek doctor just had said in that article, it's not new, which is what we'd said every time this has come up. And someone says, "Oh, there's a new thing." You go, "It's not new. It's a weed vaporizer with a cigarette jammed in it." That's all it is.
Yeah, all they've really had to do is get a cigarette to be even more sort of capable of getting hot. That's basically all they've had to do.
And the other bit that I wonder is just how expensive these are going to be, because if it looks like a cigarette, is the same kind of length as a cigarette, and you can smoke it, then it's probably going to cost about the same as a cigarette does now. So it's kind of nice one, right?
Well, it depends. It depends what they do about the tax.
Yeah, but if you can smoke it like a normal cigarette, then I'd imagine the government will just turn around and went, "Wait a minute, that's a cigarette. Where's our money?"
Which is what they've. This is why I said earlier. Everyone has been talking in the big government. Oh, watch out what they're doing. The tobacco companies are cut and bleeding heavily right now. And if they can get in this vaping thing, they've been making pence on the pound for the last 30 or 40 years. And suddenly they can see a gateway where they can sell 3p's worth of e-liquid in a 10p capsule for a £5. They're not stupid. That's 90% margin. They haven't made money like that since the 40s. That they want some of this. They want it.
The goldsmiths are saying £80.
Jesus Christ.
£80. Oh, I ate for the Philip Morris.
Yeah.
Fucking
shit.
So basically, it's a dry herb sort of.
But I think that's what it is.
Yeah, with a cylindrical hole.
Yeah. So you can
all
the doobie smokers will be shoving their spliffs in it, and
pretty much.
Yeah. If they're health conscious doobie smoker.
If they're a health conscious doobie smoker,
yeah. And support big tobacco.
But to be honest, big tobacco are probably the future of vaping, and when they get all the politicians to allow them to do what they want to do, which is bringing out vaping products, we'll still be doing what we do, without them. So
yeah, it's just for me. That's the whole point. Has always been the point. Everybody, oh fuck it, they already hate us anyway. The NNA, blah 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 blah. Have been looking the wrong fucking way for ages. They're now clapping themselves on the back for what they think they've done, and they've done shit all, and they never have done anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you wait. Because the funny thing is, they're out with their placards dressed as wizards. And there's a guy fucking kicking in there, and big tobacco kicking in their back door.
Two people up at the West End. One of them's a wizard.
I'm just picturing somebody getting their back door kicked in.
Yeah, they are. Getting their back door smashed in by big tobacco. But
He's come round to that again.
I don't need beer to be a cunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't trust him.
Next story. Again, just a little picture on this one of Vicious Ant. I've got a squonker coming out.
Oh.
Is it on eBay or is it on?
It's not on eBay yet. It's not on UK eBay store yet.
Fucking hell! Photoshop filter enabled.
Yeah.
What do you know about this, Richard?
Lens flare. Well, this is all we know is the actual release date, which is less than a month away.
It's a squonk.
This one teaser picture, and I went on the website, and there isn't any additional pictures.
I'll tell you what, though, that bottle looks like it'd be nice and soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a mod maker bottle?
I'm not saying anything.
It looks regulated.
It looks regulated. It does look regulated. Yeah.
Because I can see all in one button.
Unfortunately.
Vicious Ant. Do you know what? They're one of those companies that I don't. They've done themselves some huge disservices in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
But if they come up with something and they market it right and they come up with a reasonable price, that'd be great to see. It would be like Sunbox making a product that didn't set itself on fire, or you need to send it back to Italy. It would be brilliant.
I think they've always made good stuff, actually, haven't they? They just messed up.
Yeah, Vicious Ant have. They just fucked up with that. It was a PR nightmare.
Yeah.
And the pricing on some stuff has been wonky. I mean, the other bit was they called one of their mods the Duke, which is kind of like, I think that was a little bit disrespectful, really.
I don't know how connected they are with the rest of the vaping world, though, because they're Filipino, aren't they?
Yeah.
They do their own thing to a certain extent, don't they? But I mean, they are usually on the right lines with a lot of stuff. I used to have the Valkyrie hybrid mech, and that was like light years before everyone was doing.
And if you think of what was on,
it was a beautiful mech.
And what was on top of that was the Cyclone. The little dripper that was on top of that you could buy independently.
Yeah.
Which is
weren't they the first like regulated mod makers to bring out a really high powered mod ages ago? I remember Rick Trippers.
Yeah, the variant.
The variant. If you look at this is 2 years later. People are still trying it, you know.
Yeah, but you can get that without going on eBay and paying flipper prices then.
Yeah, true. But I suppose the point is that they do sort of see the trends. They do sort of.
I was just going to say the Cyclone was one of the first bottom-fed. You could buy it bottom-fed, little 16 mil A, and think of that now. I mean, if you look at the Viper stuff, it wouldn't exist without the Cyclone. Sorry, wouldn't.
They're very, very, very hit and miss, because sometimes they like they did with that, they nailed it. And to be honest, the variant it caught everybody's attention. It really, really did.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, though, they then went away and they did things like stabwood boxes that cost $800 for something that was at best passable for $300. And it was.
They've definitely made that. They've definitely made their mistakes.
Yeah.
They put the variant was a lipo as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. You took it out to recharge
everyone else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're one of those companies that you always want to keep one eye on, just because.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see.
Very interested. So that the last thing. I don't know. Are you able to click the link, Rick, and share it?
Yeah.
So this is a headline it's done the rounds. It's in a few places, but I thought it was really nicely put in this one. I think it's in the Health Spectator. I'm now just speaking to fill time. The Health Spectator. Stop the junk science on vaping e-cigarettes. Don't turn kids into smokers.
I like the banner at the top.
You got to get that.
Wow, AliExpress for the fucking win.
Oh,
no, right.
Oh, it's right now.
Oh no, it's been replaced with young child and old man.
No.
So basically, it's saying it's reiterating, but in very blunt terms, that there is absolutely no statistical evidence that suggests that children are trying a vape and going on to cigarettes after as a gateway thing.
There again.
There we go.
Zoom in.
Oh, it's gone. I've zoomed too far.
Let Richard do his news.
It says rub 1 on 1. I'm like,
does say rub, yeah.
What does that mean?
Sorry, Richard. We're getting carried away.
Yeah, we got.
No, you got. This is a very valid thing to talk about. Because
it also goes on. It also goes on to talk about all the other sort of misinterpreted news and studies and things, and ultimately, goes on to say these, needs to become widely accepted. A better public opinion on these things, and government should be pushing them. It's nice, and I think in a publication like this, it's in a nice place here. I just think these these articles that sum it up really well are really good, and it doesn't waver, and it doesn't do that. An e-cigarette is a coil that gets warm and vaporizes e-liquid and all that nonsense. It goes beyond that. It's a little bit higher brow, and it's good. It's all stats. It quotes real reports. And
it made me laugh. The ad turned up again. Laugh.
Yeah. Oh, win.
So the Health Spectator, if anyone wants to read that, but it's just a really nice summary of what we know to this point and how so much of the junk science is used for these shitty articles.
It does make you think though that this was the government's. This was really the government's only defence when they were doing it. Wow.
This is another show you have to watch back.
£12 you pay for that.
Carry on, great.
No, just
carry on.
Moment silence.
It's just a yoga website.
It was the government's only handhold. This what you ought to think.
Yeah, it was the only thing they got. It was the only thing.
What about the children?
Well, think about the children, and that was it. And it's like, well, that's gone and fucked it all up. Mind you, I did see something today, just briefly, which was Andrea Leadsom called Jane Austen among the greatest living authors.
Hey!
Amazing.
She's getting on though, isn't she, Jane?
Yeah, she's getting on a bit. Apparently, she's 245 years old, I think.
Happy birthday. From everyone here.
Yeah. Well done, love.
So that's my news.
So, yeah, well, I'm going to jump
Showcase our Twitter.
How are we doing for time? I'll tell you what, let's do Showcase. We'll do Showcase. And we'll leave these for next week. Sorry, Jimmy, and also Richard, we will leave these for next week. So, because we're late on time, so.
That time, is it?
It is.
That time of week again, is it?
Yeah, that time of the month.
When are you going to use that alternative music, Rick?
What, the violin?
Yeah.
Do you know what? No, it's not. No, that I'll find something for it next time.
Use the violin as the background for the Twitter.
I was going to play Mrs. Butter. I was going to play Mrs. Butterworth.
It's scrambled again.
I know.
Go. Let's more showcase it.
All right, it's that time of week again. It's Mod Showcase.
Oh, win. This is way better.
All right. There we go. Right, Mod Showcase. I've lost the graphics now. Okay, here we go. Well, we've got 3 mods to show this week, or 3 mod makers to showcase this week. And the first one is a guy called Martin Jackson. He made a pair of mods, and I thought they were really nice. So let's have a look at these mods. Made a pair of MOSFET firing squonkers, and I thought they were quite cool. So
they're really nice.
Yeah, I thought they were good. So I thought that's definitely worth showing. Any more pictures of those? All the same sort of. But look, nice little honest squonkers. So yeah, really nice, Martin. Good work. Next up, we've got a couple of people. I think we're very lucky in the UK having some very good small mod makers. I think we should all support them really. And the first one is is Eddie May, and he's going to have these.
Oh, I love it.
He's going to have these up at Vape Fest this year. He's probably got them now for sale on his site. But Darwin Mods, well, we love them.
Hasn't John Frape's been someone? Hasn't
He's got one. Eddie gave him 2. One for sorry, I've forgotten his friend who passed away. One to sell.
Yeah, John Frape got.
Yeah, one to sell for the family, and one for Frape for himself.
Nice.
Eddie is
I think
is Jesus.
He is Jesus, and he's very clever at making these mods, and these are great. And we should all support our local mod makers. You can go and spend £1,000 on a Frankie, or spend a couple of £100 on one of these, and I know what I'd rather have. So
yeah.
And next up, talking of British mod makers, I'm going to show something Matt Johnson is making at the moment. And I'd like to point out he's actually changing the name of his company in the future. He's always been M Vapes. He's going to be calling his business oh blimey, I've got it in the show notes.
Is it rblimey.co.uk or is it .com?
No. It's
your friend of R. Kelly.
It's Fine Mods, FYNE, because that's the lock that he sees out of his window. The lock Fine.
Oh, lock Fine.
So he's going to be calling his business Fine Mods, and I can say that I honestly think his mods are fine as well. Look at that; it's a lovely thing.
Yeah, that's very pretty. That's nice.
And if he's
done some nice, unique stuff in the last year or so as well.
Oh, it's just understated mods that work, and
getting nice from nice.
Yeah, and if you're worried about having a little 8ml bottle, don't worry anymore, because look at that thing.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I've forgotten the capacity.
You said
mil, I think.
You said lock, not loch.
Loch.
And you've sort of broken the Todd stuff.
Yeah. But no, I think this is really great. I mean, he's British, he works hard, makes a small amount of these, and spend your money with him instead of some of these foreign 3D printed things. That's what I'd say. So that's fine.
We can start saying lock right when Mark starts saying reservoir right,
and Jay.
Yeah, Jay, not Jai.
So yeah, that is.
We're gonna get killed.
That's what showcase of the week.
Yeah.
Very nice.
If you want to see some more, we've got a Facebook group. It's called Mod Showcases. Go and have a look.
I was going to do the.
There you go. That's enough laughing at my daughter's expense. For one show. We'll have it on again next week.
Hey,
okay. Winner. The one thing I was going to highlight very quickly just on Twitter, because it was just genius, was Eddie at Southern Rail.
Oh, that was good.
It was epic. So he did the hi, Eddie here on Work Experience and ready to answer your questions.
And how old was he? He was 14, wasn't he, or something?
I think 14, 15. Yeah, and he was probably the greatest customer service person ever to sit on Twitter and answer questions for people.
What happened here then? Southern Rail.
He was on Work Experience in the office, and somebody said, do you want to be in charge of the Twitter feed today? And they sat with him, and he was Southern Rail's Twitter feed for the day.
So they were totally fine with it, and
yeah.
Everybody loved it. Absolutely, he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. He was kind of like, "Hi Eddie, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? 100 duck-sized horses. A horse-sized duck would be pretty scary, you." And it's like, I don't think I've got the stamina to fight 100 of anything. I'll take my chances with the giant duck. Suit yourself. A horse-sized duck would be pretty ferocious. You're wise beyond your years, Eddie. Keep it up. Thanks, Adam. Have a good day. Eddie.
There was only a couple of times when his sort of minder for the day jumped in, didn't they, and said, when they were kind of like, my train's been late every day this week, and they've got a 14-year-old on, and they peered around on Twitter, and somebody went, he's 14. Just let him have a good day, you dick.
Yeah, let him get through his work experience. But it's like he's got something he's enjoying. But yeah, Eddie, quick question: shall I have chicken feeters tonight or chicken tiger in curry? It has to be chicken feeters, Eddie. Wise move, Eddie, wise move. Let's hope that we'll get on time tonight. Hi, what service will be on tonight? Make sure you make me some. I travel with SE, Eddie, unless you're going to cheat on your first day. We should end this online relationship. It's not you, it's me. All I want is a chicken fajita, Eddie. It's a cruel world out there, Eddie. You're a grasshopper, but you'll learn that in life. We don't always get what we want. Good luck tonight. Then he sends him a picture of the fajitas. So, and that kind of like, yeah, then it kind of goes, if you need the correct amount, always start off with 200 grams per person and build up depending on how much, one of two. He goes into recipes. He does absolutely everything. So we'll put the link in chat and I will try to put it in the in the other one. But it's epic. It
was really good.
Yeah, it's absolute genius. So I just want to say congratulations to Eddie. So do we want to hit one or not? I think we're an hour and 40 minutes. I think and I'm fucking knackered.
I think we'll do the wavy pie vice. I think.
Okay.
I've done a show sober.
Is that it then? We're all done.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
big sign off.
Let's do a sign off. So you've been watching the RDA Home Show. If you enjoyed what you saw, tune in next week, Thursday, about 9ish. Hit like, thumbs up one, and subscribe. Subscribe to us.
It's gone.
It's all about the numbers. We want high numbers. So hit like and subscribe, and we may see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
It was very nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff. See you next Thursday.
Yeah.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.